Hey everybody, Jameson here, and I am going to be doing a little tutorial here on how you use a tripod. So a tripod is going to be necessary anytime you want to keep your camera completely still during a longer exposure. So first up, I want you to understand the components of a tripod. So a lot of times a tripod is going to have extendable legs. There's also going to be a way for the legs to separate to become what would be considered the tripod. Sometimes you're going to have also a way of extending the center post within the tripod to make it even a little bit higher than what the legs can do. And then this part of the tripod is called the head of the tripod. And this is where you're going to be connecting your camera as well as changing the angle and tightening things into place. To attach the tripod mount onto my camera, I'm first going to find the 1/4" screw on the bottom of my camera, the screw hole. Then I'm going to find my tripod mount and I'm going to connect the spot where the screw is. I'm going to make sure that the lens arrow is pointed towards where my lens is facing. And then I'm going to use on the bottom here this small little screw to tighten it in so that way it's nice and tight and snug. Okay. Now that that's on there, I can push this back in that spot. To officially attach this onto the tripod, I'm going to tilt first the front end of the tripod mount in, and then I'm going to push it back into place and then make sure that the knob is nice and tight on there. Next to understand is going to be how do I change the direction of my camera with the tripod? And in this case, this is a 3-axis movement tripod. So I've got my side to side, I've got my up and down, right? And I also have my angle back and forth, right? So I can move each of these independently, and then I tighten in the knobs to make it so that it's nice and secure. Another piece of equipment that can be really helpful when you're using a tripod is something called a remote for your camera. Some people call this a cable release. What this allows me to do is to start and stop the picture without having to touch the camera itself, which sometimes would give a bit of camera shake. On the actual control for the cable release here, or remote switch, is a button right here to start the picture, and I can also lock in place to keep a picture going as well. So sometimes you'll have that as an option. So if you're in a particular mode of your camera called bulb mode, you can actually take a picture that is as long as you want it to be, as long as the battery lasts on your camera. Now that we've had a chance to understand how to attach the camera onto the tripod and how to maneuver the tripod a little bit, in today's demonstration, I've set out to take pictures here right around when the sun is setting. So it's going to be already a low amount of light. I'll progressively have a darker and darker situation with the amount of available light. So this will just give me a chance to demonstrate why I might need to use a tripod and how to take pictures when it gets darker and darker out. I'm all set up in my spot to take my first set of pictures here. I've got a lot of movement going on with the water, and my hope is to have that movement blurred through motion with the length of time of the exposure. So we'll get in camera here and I'll show you the setup. What I'm gonna do is actually slow that shutter down. So why don't I go down all the way to 1 second in length, and I'm gonna cut back light by increasing my aperture. And right about there is the central line on my exposure meter. At 1 second, this is going to be the amount of movement that I can see. I'm gonna go to 4 seconds, and I'm gonna go all the way up as high as I can on my aperture now. For 4 seconds, we have that amount of movement going on here. There's a pretty large difference in how motion can be seen when we start to slow down our shutter. But again, having the tripod is the way to really go to make these types of pictures. Now we're about 1 hour after sunset. This is more of a situation not necessarily to capture motion, but more about just making an exposure. Since it's gotten a lot darker, the only kind of light that I'm gonna have to work with is whatever possible ambient light there might be left in the sky, even an hour after sunset, or any of the lights that are down there as part of the city. When you're in a darker situation like this, you're likely going to have to do some manual focusing. So I've set my camera up to manual focus and I've been able to lock that in. And now I'm going to adjust for light. I'm bringing in more light through my shutter speed being slower. My hope is to capture a little bit of light cast onto the clouds in the frame here. And then I can leave all my other settings the same. Let's review the image. When we look closely at it, we can notice there's a lot of light that was brought in. It's also just a little bit brighter than I'd probably like. So instead, I'm going to adjust the exposure and I'm going to cut back to 15 seconds rather than 30. The result is an exposure that I think works pretty well. When we compare the two, you can see there's a little bit less light brought in for the second image.